right.
I don't remember our intro as well, so you're gonna have to really wing it.
We've always just winged it. we really need to type that shit.
Over time, the intro is gonna fall into place, though.
You're right. Over time, it'll fall into place, But right now, we're just gonna wing it. Don't worry, Echo. I've got this. Or maybe I don't. But you know what? Whatever the first take is, we're gonna do it.
Yes.
It's all raw. Because that's how we like it here.
Mm-hmm.
Raw. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Cosmic Wave Podcast episode. I don't remember because it's been a month since we recorded the last episode. We've been busy. Hello, I'm Jet, and I'm here with my co-host, Echo Force Gaming. Echo, hello. How are you?
I am great. I will say this, it is good to be back. That's right, folks. I went to the magical world of America, and now I'm back in Australia.
We're just getting right into it. All right, cool.
Yeah, sorry.
no little banter, no little, oh, we've missed you guys. No, nothing like that. Just like straight to the topic. America.
America, explosions, eagles.
Because I was just going to say that, we've been gone for a little while. We haven't recorded an episode of the podcast in over a month because a month ago today, I was not in Boston, but Echo, you were in America at this time a month ago, I think, right?
I was. Also, people aren't going to know it's been a month yet. They're just going to see it because it's out.
You're right. I'm dating it a little bit, but that's okay. But yeah, like last month was very busy for both of us. Yes. Probably more so for you because you had to come all the way from Australia to America. Well, for me, it was just like a 5-hour flight. If even that, maybe it was like 2-3 hours, honestly. So not really much for me.
Mine was 22 hours.
How long was yours?
22 hours.
Oh my god, I could not do that. That's crazy. That's insane. But that wasn't all on the plane though. There was like some you had a layover,
that was on the plane. I mean, actually, okay. Wait, let me explain it. Okay, so basically, my trip worked like this. I went from Australia, Melbourne, to America, Los Angeles, and that was 15 or 16 hours. And then I took another 5-hour plane from Los Angeles to New York.
Yes,
and that was basically my trip, my thing. And then I took that same one back. Luckily, there was no crying baby on the 15-hour flight. On the 5-hour flight, there was. Their baby would not shut the hell up. And the woman kept saying, I'm sorry, everyone. And the baby just got louder and louder. And I'm just looking out the window being like, oh, God, and me now. That baby.
Oh, yeah. You had that nice window seat?
I did. I actually changed my seat. Right when I was approaching the plane, I was thinking to myself, okay, so my family told me you want to get a row seat so you can go to the toilet. And I was thinking to myself, I don't piss myself that much. I need to change my seat. So I opened the app while I was in the line, and I quickly went, bah, 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 and I changed it. And then I approached the lady, and then she's like, oh my God, they changed this guy's seat. And I'm like, yes, why would the company do that? And it's like, oh my God, why did they change this guy's seat? And I'm like, yes. And they're like, we're so sorry that your seat was changed. And I'm like, I know, right? Oh, well. And I took the window
to gaslight the people at the airport.
Hey, they thought it was like the hierarchs that like bent down and went like, this guy has to be moved. So, yeah. Then they printed me off a new ticket.
So foul. Really?
Yeah, they printed me off a new ticket and they were like, we're so sorry about this. And I'm like, it's okay. It happens to the best of us. And I walked in. Sat down. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
And I did that for the airport. I did that for all of my plane rides, all 4 of them, because there were 2 there and then 2 back. I changed it, and most of the time they all replied with the same answer, and I was like, "Yes, it's a shame," but yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. Whatever. Cool. Fair enough.
Yes.
Oh my God, that's funny.
But honestly. The ride wasn't that bad yet. The ride was pretty good. Okay. It wasn't too much. It wasn't too painful. I wasn't too fan of the airline food, though, Like, I was impressed because I wasn't expecting to get much. They brought out, like, scrambled eggs and, like, sausages. And I was like, oh, my God, this is pretty good. And I had some, and I was like, yeah, it's all right. That was, like, the best part. Everything else was kind of mid, though. They gave me a roll, and this roll was a brick. I picked this thing up, and I turned to the woman next to me, and I was like, look how hard this thing is. And I was like, feel it. And she's like, oh my God, it's pretty hard. I'm like, yeah, I know, right?
Wait. Did you actually talk to the people in the plane?
I wasn't sitting on the way there. I wasn't sitting next to anyone. On the way back, I was, and I was, yeah, I made a little conversation.
You're so sociable. I
What are you
literally did not talk
talking
to
about?
anybody on the planes. I was like, fuck this. I don't want to talk to you people.
I needed to make good with the woman next to me because I needed to get up. I needed to go to the toilet, so I had to work out a strategy to, make myself seem friendly enough so she could get up, So I was just like, conversation started. This roll is a brick. This roll is a brick. And then she's like, huh? And I'm like, yes. Feel your roll. And then she's like, oh yeah, it's pretty hard.
Wait a minute. I'm recalling something you told me before about your plane ride. Was this the lady that? Was this the lady that?
No, it was not that lady.
There was a lady that asked for Echo's number. Was that it? Right? That they asked for your number, right?
Yes, there was a lady that asked for my number. I did not want to give it to her, so I said, I'm not from your country. I don't have whatever you're saying. I don't speak the English. Yeah, but basically, on one of the 5-hour journey, my first 5-hour journey, I sat down and this lady was this very talkative lady. Like, she was so talkative. Like, she would just constantly be like, oh, how you doing? And she's like, I really like your accent. Are you from Britain? And I was like, son of a bitch. And I was like, I am not. Yes, even here, Jess. It's really annoying.
Oh, really?
Yes.
In Australia, you still get that? What?
Yes, I was at work, and people walk up to me just like, I like your accent. Where are you from? And I'm like, it's Australia? And I was like, yeah, I know you're from Australia, but where were you born? Where'd you come from? And I'm like, Australia. And they're like, oh. So
what?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense to me, because I imagine Australia is just like full of people that sound like you.
I
so
think
people. Like the Australian.
I think my voice is just very weird and bizarre. It just, it doesn't click with anyone. People always. It's funny because even when I see, like, I've met kids and kids have said to me before that, "Are you from America?" And I'm like, "What? No." What? Funny enough, like, 16-year-olds and like below that think I'm from America. 20 plus think I'm from Britain or something.
Now thinking about it, you do sound a little different than like some Australian like YouTubers that I've watched. So okay, I can kind of see that, I guess. But that's so weird to hear. Oh, yeah. You get that in Australia.
Oh, it's lucky none of my friends say anything like that. But maybe they're just used to my voice, and my family doesn't say anything either. Maybe they're just used to my voice. But
well, yeah, of course your family wouldn't say that. They would know the answer.
Unless they're lying to me, I don't know. Who knows?
You're right. You are correct.
Yes, but back to what I was saying. So I sat down with this woman, and this woman was like, "I really like your voice," and she's like, "I would like to give you my number." And then she was like, "There's lots of cool places. Maybe I can show you around sometime." And I was like, I'm good, miss," because I was looking at her and I was like, looks like she's in her 30s or something. I was like, perfect. I was like, she'd a MILF or something, and I was like, I'm not. No, thank you.
Remind me to come back to a story about something sort of similar to that later. Okay, it's like a side tangent. Oh,
okay.
Yeah, later.
Yeah. But keep your eye for that, folks. Keep your eye for that. But while I was on the plane with this woman who would not shut up, a fight broke out. A fight broke out.
Juicy.
And I had just gotten to America. I took my first steps into America. I'm in Los Angeles, and I was like, wow, okay, now I need to go over to my other plane to get to New York. I got on the New York plane. The first plane in America, some guy just punches another guy in the back of the head. And I'm like, what?
Oh, yeah.
And then some guy's like, you took my seat. And he's like, nah, you took my seat. And I was like, damn, that's a strong accent. And everyone was like arguing, and then the flight attendant came on, and then they were like, okay, everyone needs to get off the plane right now because this person doesn't want to leave. And I was like, oh, well, that sucks. And I left.
It's like the things you see on like TikTok. You know how people film like people's like behavior and stuff. That's exactly like that, right?
Yeah, and then it's funny because when they were dragging the other person off the plane, he was like, I want to make good with I want to apologize to the person I hit in the back of the head. I really need to get on this flight. And it made me think of that TikTok of the guy who's just like, I just want to shake his hand. Let me shake the man's hand. Have you seen that one, Jet?
I think so. It sounds really familiar. But it was like he was trying to like just get an excuse to come back. And it's like,
Oh, yeah.
deck them, right? Yeah, yeah.
And they escorted them out, and we all got back on the plane. And I was like, that was painful. But then I arrived, Jet. I arrived in beautiful New York, where I was staying for a couple of days before I went to Boston. And that's when I met a little fish. Now, some people don't know who this little fish is, but this fish's name is Nemo, and she's a streamer like me and Jet. We're all content creators here. And
I say I'm not a streamer. I'm not a streamer.
Jet's an occasional streamer, but he's
content creator.
Content creator. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. He does do streams though. If you ask
Every
him,
now and then, sometimes.
If there's enough demand, he will.
I don't focus on it. Yeah.
But yeah, no, she picked me up, and she's a content creator, and I stayed with her for a bit, and then we got on a ride. Actually, hang on. Before we got on the ride, I had dinner, and I was like exploring like the American stores and all that stuff. And the weird thing is, Jet, I only recognized 5 stores from my country that was here in your country. And
ooh, what were those?
those were Target,
of course,
7-Eleven. What was that shit? What was the one? Target, 7-Eleven.
KFC.
KFC. Yes, you're right. And McDonald's.
Oh yeah, of course McDonald's. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That was really about it. That wasn't like it wasn't a lot. Everything else I did not know. And as I was driving around, I constantly saw Dunkin' Donuts on every street corner.
Oh my God.
And because originally I was like, oh, this town's weird. They have a lot of Dunkin', and I was like counting it. And then as I was counting it, Nemo turned to me in the car, and she's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm counting the Dunkin' Donuts. We passed like 5 of them already." And she's like, "There's no point." I'm like, "What do you mean there's no point? They're everywhere."
Forever.
And then we stopped at the lights, and she pointed, and I turned my head, and there was another Dunkin' Donuts staring me from across the road. And I was like, "Oh my God."
That's so funny because I remember we kept pointing out all the Dunkin' Donuts when we were in Boston and driving around, and because even I started doing that because like I never noticed there really are so many Dunkin' Donuts everywhere, and I didn't notice it until you pointed it out.
Yeah.
So I even started doing that.
It's crazy though. They're everywhere, and it actually blew my mind because I can't think of like the closest thing I can think of being everywhere in Australia is McDonald's. But even that isn't like everywhere. But Dunkin' was. And when I did go to the New York City eventually, it was on like every corner. Dunkin' Donuts and Starbucks everywhere. And I was like, holy shit, American really does run on Dunkin' Donuts.
Run on Dunkin'?
Yeah. And
man, the slogan makes sense.
It makes so much sense. But I had never heard of them. I heard of like Taco Bell. I heard of like Five Guys, like outside of like America in Australia. I heard of those, but I had never heard of Dunkin' in Australia, and that was my first introduction to Dunkin'. It was weird and wacky.
Weird and wacky. Probably that sums up the whole trip.
It's weird and wacky. It was a weird and wacky experience.
And wacky. Yeah, don't ask me about my trip. My flights to Boston. Or
well,
anything.
Jets, how was your flight, huh? You got an interesting experience to tell me?
It's not as interesting as your experience. Honestly, it's your experience is gonna like shine a light over mine. Mine was pretty basic. I woke up super early that day. It was like 5 a.m. I got to the airport around 6 because they're always like, "Oh, get there 2 hours before your flight leaves."
Oh yeah.
And then I ended up waiting there for like an hour and a half. TSA did not take long. There's no lines, nothing. And then I finally got my plane. But let me tell you, the first plane I got on was so small. It was small. I literally had I had to move my body forward so like I could duck down to walk through. Like if I stood up straight, I would have been taller than like the amount of room we had in the plane. So I had to like kind of like duck my head a little bit, and a lot of people did. It was so small, and there's only like.
You sure you're not big though? You're just not a tall man.
No. Everyone looked like they were huge in this plane. It was so cramped.
It shrunk.
And they're like, there's like 1 seat on the left side, 2 seats on the right side. I got one by myself because fuck people. And you're over here talking about like getting like eggs and sausage on your plane. I had a cookie. and a bag of pretzels. That's all I had because that morning I didn't eat anything before. I had plenty of time. I probably should have, but I didn't eat anything. And as I was getting on the plane, I was pretty much texting Blaze the whole time, like because me and Blaze both were flying while you and Nemo were driving.
Yes.
And I was pretty much just texting Blaze the whole time. And he was like, "Oh, I got this food," and I was like, "I got a cookie and a pretzel," and I didn't really want anything big. That was fine with me. But now that you're over here saying sausage and eggs, I'm like, okay, Mr. Bougie over here getting good shit. Yeah, none of my flights had anything like that. That's crazy. But I guess for you, for being like a flight as long as it was, that makes sense. Your plane was probably a lot bigger than mine too.
Oh yeah, it was. Like the 15-hour plane ride was way superior over the 5-hour plane ride. The 5-hour plane ride was small, it was cramped. There were babies crying. Everyone was American. The 15-hour one, it was mix of people. There was nice aircon. Yeah, the TVs were in better condition. Everything was nice and clean, and the seats were
I did
comfy.
not have a TV on any of my planes except for like one on the way back home.
I had one on both of my 15-hour ones, and that was nice. I watched Batman. I'd never watched Batman before, and I actually watched it. And I was like, damn.
Well, that sounds nice.
This is pretty good. And I was like, ooh, this Riddler guy. Ooh, I wonder where this is going. Yeah, that was pretty
the
fun.
Batman?
Yeah, the Batman, not Batman.
I still haven't seen the Batman.
Well, the movie was 3 hours, and I was like, I have 15 hours to kill. All right, Batman, show me what you got.
Perfect. Yeah, exactly. That's when I would watch it too, because it's so long. That's why I haven't watched it.
I was almost tempted to watch like the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy because those movies were all 3 hours long. I'd consider it, but then I was like, no, I can't do that. I'd be too dedicated, and I would want to nap, and I can't do it.
Yeah, I'd probably end up falling asleep trying to watch it through all that.
Oh, I did. I had a nice nap. I had some pretty good naps. The funny thing is, I was like so tired at one point on the way back. Like when the plane was taking off, I was already out, and I woke up and I was like, "We're in the air." I was like, "How did we get here?" I was looking out my window. I was like, "Holy shit, that's the sun setting." What?
Oh, but let me tell you about my second plane, because I had a layover too, even though it was so stupid for me to even have a layover, because Boston, from where I live, is like 3 hours away, I think.
What? Well, you got a layover?
And I had a layover.
Why?
Exactly. And I think it was really just because where I come from, it's a smaller town. Not a lot of people are probably heading that way. That's why I had a small plane. And it was probably just to get me to an airport in Philadelphia. And that had more people going there. So I had to go to Philadelphia. And that airport was big. I barely got to my flight on time. But let me tell you why.
Okay.
Because I only had... I had my carry-on and my one bag that I'm allowed to like put on the overhead. But the thing is, on my first plane, it was so small, like I said, they had to like take it and put a claim check on it and like put it in the plane. And
what? So they took your bag?
Exactly. In most planes, you wouldn't do that because you have a carry-on.
I would be like, no. I'd be like, you're not taking this shit.
But the thing is, it would not have fit. Like I said, that plane was small.
Oh, okay.
So when I got to Philly, they put it through that like conveyor belt that like spits it out over in this area. But it took so long. And I got there to Philly. I was like, oh, you know what? I can probably find a place to have some breakfast or something. But like I spent the whole time waiting to get my bag. And I had to leave the area where it's like, if you're already checked for TSA, you had to leave that area and go through TSA again on the way back. So yeah, I had to go get my bag. It took like 45 minutes for it to like finally come out of the thing. What? And then I had to go through TSA again. And I barely got to my flight on time. I had like 5 to 10 minutes to spare. When I got there, there's like the line was already boarding. Everyone was already getting on. I got on the plane and so many people were already on board. And I was like, oh my God, this is stressful. And I'm the whole time like speed walking to the gate. I see all these like good ass looking like places to eat, and I'm like, I'm starving. Like I'm just running on like a bag of pretzels and a cookie, and that's it. I haven't eaten, and then I finally get to the plane, and then from there it's just like a 45-minute flight. I get to Boston, but I will. Actually, do you want me to go ahead and tell you what happened when I get to Boston, since you come in after I get there?
Yeah, go ahead, Jed. Go ahead.
Okay, so I get to Boston. And then I'm going through like the, just
the
going
check
to get
thing. the
Yeah,
stuff.
all that stuff. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
getting out of like the post TSA check stuff. I'm leaving the area,
Mm-hmm.
and Blaze is already there. He got there so fast. He was there for like 2 hours, I think, just waiting. I texted him that I got there, and he was gonna meet me at my gate. But the thing is, like, he couldn't go through TSA again without a boarding pass. So he was just waiting for me near the luggage check, and then I'm walking through. Oh, look, there's luggage check 1, luggage check 2, luggage check 3. I didn't see him anywhere, and I reached all the way to the doors further down where like the shuttles pick you up and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm texting Blaze, where you at? And then he's like, oh, my bag check claim, whatever, 1. And I'm like, what the hell? I passed that already. That's the first thing I passed. What? And then I walk all the way back. And then I look over to the side and I'm like, oh, wait, there are chairs over there people are probably waiting at. And I see this motherfucker in a white hoodie, just kind of like slouching over there with his hood up. He claims his hood was not up. I swear his hood was up. I swear. and then I'm like, oh my God, Blaze! And it's like, hey, So yeah, Blaze was the first one I met when I got to Boston, and we were just chilling for a little bit. We got Starbucks, and as we were waiting for you and Nemo to get there,
yes,
because you guys took forever. I'm just kidding.
Parking.
you guys actually, honestly, the parking there, yeah, I believe that shit takes a long time. But yeah, we got there, and then we just chilled for a little while we waited for you guys. So now I will let you tell your story for where you come in to meet me and Blaze.
Yes. So while Jet was being like, Blaze, me and Nemo were driving around in a circle in the car park. we were driving around because we were trying to find the correct entry point. And I was like, I'm pretty sure it's there. She was like, no, it's over here. And I was like, okay. And then she was like, oh shit, you were right. I'm like, okay, yeah, let's go. So we got in, and then there was this guy at the gate, like this big guy walked over, and he's like, he knocked on the glass, and he's like, I need you to open your trunk. And I was like, don't do it. And she was like, I have to. So Nemo opened the trunk, and he walked back to the trunk. He felt like a sheriff or something. All he was missing was like the hat and the badge, and he like looked in the boot, and he was like, mm-hmm. I heard him go, mm-hmm, and I was like, uh-oh. Then he came over to Nemo, like at the front door, and he was like, you're good. And I was like, oh, okay, thank God. And then we went in. So yeah, that was just that guy, that really sus guy. I looked in the mirror as well. He had like his, like, imagine like a cowboy stance. He was like doing the cowboy stance, and some other car was approaching, and he was like, better stop. And I was like, oh, this guy. Hope we don't run into that guy again. But no, we went in. Of course, I was like, I wonder where they're gonna be. And I know Nemo was texting Blaze, being like, where are you? I think she called you guys. Did she call you guys?
I think she called. I can't remember if she called me or Blaze. Because I remember, yeah, she called one of us, and then she saw us across from like the whole area, and then
she did a Sonic run over and just hugged you guys. And I was like left in the dust. I was like, well, I'm not gonna run. I've been on a 20-hour flight. I think I'm gonna walk casually over there. And I walked over, and I was like, hey! And the Jet was like, hey! And then Blaze was like, hey! And then he was like, hey! And we all kind of just, we hugged it out, because this was the first time we saw each other in person. And I was like, Jet's exactly how I expected him to be, mostly. Blaze, what? You know what, Jet.
I have no idea what you mean.
And then I was like, Blaze, I'm like, hey, Blaze! And I remember Jet looked at me. And he looked at me. He looked at me up and down, and he's like, mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I did do that. Literally, I did do that. I was like standing next to you, and I looked up and down. I was like,
I was like,
this is Echo Force Gaming. Holy shit!
He was shocked to see that it is actually me with the sunglasses, the blue jacket, and the blue hair, and the blue eyes, and the necklace. It was.
You were wearing a blue shirt. You were wearing a blue shirt.
So. Yes, I was. That was all strategic. I was like, I need to dress myself correctly.
Think it was.
It was a strategic choice.
If you say so.
Yes. But we basically all gathered our stuff, and we were like, let's go to the car. We were on the road. We were on the road again, Jet.
On the road
to our Airbnb.
You already know. That's right.
Yes, Jet. Do you want to tell the story about what would happen when we rocked up? Because oh wait, did we go for food? I don't remember. What did we do?
No, we went for food after we got
Ah.
to the Airbnb when we settled in.
Yeah, well, we settled in. And I'm not gonna lie. When we walked into this building, I was like, "Damn, this place not bad." I was like, "Damn, this kitchen.
Nice.
Damn, this lounge room." They even had a map, and I was like, "This is Australia. I'm at home," and I felt very happy. I was like, "Oh, home."
They had a whole backyard too with lights and stuff like strung across. That was it was so nice looking. We did not utilize that.
Oh
at all.
no! I was thinking to myself, "Oh, how cool we had a barbecue out here." We never had the barbecue. We never.
I wasn't
did
thinking of
anything.
barbecue, but I was thinking like something outside, have drinks or something like that, and it's kind of like
Barbecue.
have a fun time outside.
Barbecue.
We didn't have a grill.
Well, you
What?
know what, Jet? Fine, that's fine. I didn't want one anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
I
wanted
didn't
that
care.
old traditional American barbecue.
Yeah. Yeah. But no, we all got settled in our rooms. We're like, oh, this is all nice. I remember you, Jet. You were like, look at the bathroom, and I was like, what about the bathroom? You're like, look at the big of the showers, and I was like, damn. Like Jet was really excited about the shower. It's like he
really
had
was.
been away from a shower for like years, and he's like, oh my god, this place is a shower.
In my defense, it was such a nice shower, dude. Like it was like it didn't have like it's hard to explain because I'm so broke. I don't know all these terms. It was like I get into my shower here at home. It's like a tub, and you have a curtain that you pull.
Yeah.
And you get
Oh my
in,
God.
right.
I
And
was
then-
actually I was very confused by that. I'd seen that, and I was actually very confused by that because we don't do it like that in Australia.
What?
Literally, that's why I was confused by getting so excited over the shower. Most of our showers look like the shower we were in at the apartment. So that's why I was confused about why you were so pumped up about the shower, Jet. There is no tub and there's no curtain in Australia. We don't do that. We just have a glass thing, and sometimes there's a glass sliding door. It's either a glass sliding door or no door at all.
What? Are you sure you're just not upper class?
No, I'm not upper class. That's just literally. That's just normal. That's just how it normally is.
What? That's crazy. That's
You're
crazy.
crazy. Why are you people doubling bathtubs as showers? What if you have a baby and the baby's I want to have a bath, and you're like, I need a shower. What are you gonna do? Double up? No. Actually,
Just
you
take
better
showers
double
at
up
different
because it's a
times.
baby. Never mind, double up because it's a baby.
Oh,
Don't leave
yeah,
your
that's
baby
true, too.
unsupervised. God.
But like the shower was like I thought it had like a glass sliding door, but it didn't.
Oh no.
And I was like, oh my god. And like the controls it had on it were so fancy. It was so nice. You can see it in my vlog on my
yes.
channel right now. Plug in the vlog.
Oh yeah, we forgot to mention that. But Jet was vlogging, just about the entire journey, so you can enjoy that on Jet's channel. It's performing very well, isn't it, Jet?
So yeah, honestly, very surprisingly, because I didn't think it was gonna do that well because it's such a different thing. Because I usually upload funny gaming stuff,
Yeah.
and this was like a IRL vlog thing, but this thing it got a lot of views. It's doing really well, surprisingly.
People came
so.
for the Echo Force, but I wasn't there.
But yeah, if anyone wants to watch that, it's on my channel. You can find me on YouTube, Jet Addict, or you can look up our Cosmic Wave Pod Twitter, and you can find both me and
Check
Echo
to the
channels there.
description.
Check
of
the
anything.
description.
Yeah.
Whatever platform you're listening or watching this on, just check. Just check whatever the description
Yes.
is. Spotify, YouTube, whatever, wherever this podcast ends up.
Or just wait until the end when we say it. I don't know. Yeah.
True. Okay, enough plugging. Back to the story.
So
Where were we? Oh yeah, shower. Yeah, you continue.
okay, yes. So we were admiring the shower and that. Then we went out, and I was like, I don't know. I think we went to get drinks and other things, just some supplies. I think we just went to Macca's, didn't we? Did we just go to Macca's?
Yeah, we went. McDonald's was the first place we went to.
Yes.
For our first meal in Boston, it was like, you gotta go somewhere nice.
And
Let's go to McDonald's.
McDonald's is only for the high class.
Oh yeah.
But I remember, McDonald's looks pretty much identical, and the food tasted all identical to the way it does in Australia. So I was like, oh, McDonald's is exactly the same as it is back home.
Well,
But
it makes sense.
there was one thing that was different. One
God.
eeny bitty thing.
I think I know what you're gonna say.
The table was interactive. It
Never
had
mind.
colored lights. What were you thinking, Jet?
The colored lights on the table thing, I've never seen that before. At any
I had never
McDonald's
seen
I've
that
been to.
before, and I was like blown away. I was like beep boop bop beep boop boop. I was
I
tapping
don't-
lights.
I don't usually eat inside McDonald's. If I get McDonald's, it's usually through the drive-through or DoorDashed.
Yeah, or you just take it
I
home.
mean, maybe my local McDonald's does have that. I don't know. Maybe they had a cool little like LED light up table that you hit the buttons and it turns colors. But I think it was so funny when they brought out the food and you looked at the proportions and like you looked at like my cup and you're like, you got a large drink? I'm like, my guy, this is a small.
I was like, what?
And you looked at the fries and you're like, oh, you got a large fry. My guy, this is a medium.
I was actually
was
blown
so
away how big everything was in America. All their food is so big. And I know there are Americans watching this video right now. You have to understand, your proportions are too big. I only had 1 meal a day. I couldn't take it. Like, you're supposed to have 3 meals a day. I had 1 meal a day in America. I was set for life. Like, oh my God. What the hell?
Also, I just want to add viewers/listeners is what Echo meant to say.
Oh, yes. Viewers/listeners.
We make videos. What can we say? We're still new to podcasting.
Yeah. If it happens to blur the lines, just use your imagination, or go check out all the different versions of the cosmic wave. You can
Listen/watch to this everywhere.
Yes, yeah. Listen to it at work. Come home and watch it again. Maybe you missed something. Oh, Easter egg. Never know.
True. Exactly. Yeah. And then the funny thing, after McDonald's, you know what the first thing we did was? Do you remember?
The car didn't work. It broke down.
That the car didn't work actually, but no, that's not it. We went immediately. One of the first things we did after McDonald's was just we went to the liquor store.
Oh yeah.
And I think that was so funny. It was like, all right, we gotta get some stuff. Liquor store there. Let's get some alcohols.
We got the essentials, Maccas, and the liquors. It's
pretty
perfect.
much, yeah.
It just works. Everything.
Yeah, and then we got back to the car, and then like the car didn't turn on.
Yes,
but then it eventually did. So.
Yes, I was like, just turn it on and off, and then Nemo was like, "No, it doesn't work like that," and I was like, "Just try it." And guess what, Jet? It worked.
Yeah, I remember.
And then she's she was like, "It's the second time he's done that." I'm like, "Just turn it on and off." It's not. I'm not some genius. I'm just saying, if you happen to turn the thing on and off, it magically fixes itself.
Yeah, no, it does do that a lot sometimes. It's so funny. But we were right outside of Riley's auto store, whatever. And so it wouldn't have been a huge deal if it did like not turn back on, because we could just walked in there and been like, "Hey, can you give us a jump or whatever?" But yeah, that was that first day. What else did we do the first day? I don't remember.
Didn't we go to the party? No, there's no way.
Yes, that was the first night we were there.
What?
That's right.
I can't believe we did that.
That was the first night. Yeah.
I think we should discuss PAX first, then the club. We'll just swap them around.
Really? Because PAX was after.
Okay, fine. You want to do the club first? I mean, it was the PAX.
I was just thinking. I was thinking chronological order. That's what I was thinking.
Okay.
Chronological. I mean, without getting like so much detail about everything we did. I mean, on the first day after we had lunch, we went to the mall that was there. We had to get dripped up for the party.
Oh yeah.
There was a PAX after party because the day we got there was the first day PAX was going on, because PAX goes on for 4 days, Thursday through Sunday. Yes. We went Friday and Saturday. Mm-hmm. But we were there the first day PAX was going on, and we had McDonald's. We went to the mall to get some epic drips we can go on to the party.
I do remember though, Jet being like, "I'm pretty satisfied in what I'm wearing," and I remember Nemo like walking up to me and like giving me the death stare, like looking up to me, being like, "You're not satisfied. You need the clothes." And I was like, "Oh, okay, sure." And so we did. Yeah, we went to the mall, and everyone got. Jet, did you buy anything?
I don't think I did. No, I don't think I did. No.
Okay, well,
I came prepared. I already brought a nice shirt.
I mean, that's fair. I didn't really want to buy anything, but
wait, I did buy shoes. That's right. I did buy some new shoes. That's right. Yeah,
that's good. Well, I didn't want to buy anything, but then Nemo just, she rizzed me up, and I was like, "Oh, okay, let's go." What?
She rizzed me up.
Yes. She did though. She did. That's a new terminology, you know?
I know what Riz means.
Yes.
Do you know what Riz means?
Yes, and I'm telling you, she rizzed me up, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, but I got shoes, I got a top, and those things were fine. But what I was really excited for was getting them Lego sets.
I knew it. I saw that coming.
Yes. I got, because Lego in Australia for some reason is a very rare thing. I mean, it's not rare, but Americans seem to get all the good sets, because sets that are hard to come by in Australia, like, they're just everywhere in America. I walked into just like a casual store and I was like, what the fuck? They have these sets that I've been after for months. And I was like, you goddamn Americans. But yeah, no, I bought some 501st battle packs and I was like, oh, I want to build my little clone army. And then I remember I showed Nemo and she's like, you bought 2 of the same thing. And I'm like, no, it's for army building. You gotta open it up and you have twice as many. And she's like, you're an idiot. And I was like, well, you know what? Guess what? Bunny. I got a bunny. I got a Lego bunny that I totally did not get from spending over $100 at the Lego store. I totally paid for that, and I gave it to her, and I was like, enjoy.
Yeah, she's totally not going to listen to this podcast. And,
yes, she totally doesn't already know because I can't keep a secret, yes.
Okay. Yeah, that was so funny, because I remember because that was my first time in a Lego store. And so, my first time in the Lego store was with you, Echo.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I remember you took a photo with like a Lego baseball guy.
Lego guy. Yeah, the Lego guy statue that they had there. But that was my first time there. It was pretty cool. And then, but yeah, I remember you came out and Nemo was like, you bought Legos. And then you pulled the like, oh, I got this for you.
Yeah. And then I got rewarded by going into another store that was very cool. Cool store.
Yeah. And then when that was happening and you guys were walking ahead of us, I went over to Blaze and I was like, hey, Blaze, you want to know a secret? And I told him pretty much what you just said about
what did he say? What did he say?
I forgot, but like he was like, "Oh, I got you." That was so funny. Anything else kind of happened at the mall? I don't think anything notable happened.
Nothing significant. I remember you guys all sat in one of those cars that you put money in, and you just and I was just like,
we were just fucking around, No, we were just playing around like the little like pay vehicle kids area thing. Yeah, we were just being stupid, But the mall. After that, we went to Walmart's.
Yes.
Which was that your first time in a Walmart?
Yes, it was. It was very, and I was blown away. I want to say this about Walmart. Mm-hmm. We need Walmart. Australia, our government, whoever's in charge of Australia, I don't know who the current person is. I only know Americans, Joe Biden, because Australia's boring. But listen, whoever's in charge here, see about Walmart, because Walmart, for who don't know, even though I know it's going to be mainly Americans listening, as always, because America's so big and cool. You guys have a goddamn. You have an eye plus. You can check your eyes at Walmart. You can buy groceries at Walmart. You can go to Macca's at Walmart. You can get your hair cut at Walmart. And that was,
you can do anything. Get your nails done too.
Oh yeah, that was all crazy to me, because we have a thing around here. We call them shopping centers, where you go and just a bunch of different shops inside a shopping center. But
I mean, we have those too.
You do?
Yeah, no, we have. They're a lot more like local. I'm sure that's probably what you see more of in Australia, is like local shops. But I mean, most people go to like big brand, like chain stores, like Walmart or like whatever else kind of grocery store that we have.
Okay. Well,
but Walmart is like the one place that you can get like your groceries and like not appliances, like TVs and like home stuff. Sports stuff, bicycles, all that kind of stuff. You go to normal grocery store that we have, it's usually just like food and stuff like that, groceries. But yeah, Walmart is like one of those big places that you can get like everything at it.
Well, that was super cool. That was crazy to me, and I was like, I like this store. I like this store. It's a store of many stores, even though it's one store. That was cool.
Oh yeah. And then after Walmart, we went home. We went back to the Airbnb, and we got ready to go to the PAX after party. Now, the PAX after party, that was some fun stuff. I wish I got a little bit more of that in the vlog, but because it was so crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, it was hard because like we were doing stuff, we were having too much fun that I only got like a couple of clips in there.
Yes.
But that, we got there.
That was crazy and fun.
Dude, the I can't forget the like how we got in there. That was the most like the fanciest shit.
Oh yeah, we went up an elevator and everything, and then some guy was like, "I'm gonna have to see your IDs," and then he looked at mine. He's like, "Who are you? What are you?" And I was like, "I'm Australian." Then he like photocopied it.
They had to take your ID inside to check it before they let you in.
Yeah,
because yours looked different. but like, I mean, it all turned out okay. But we got there, and then first of all, we're like downtown Boston. It looks so, the buildings are huge. Everything's like, the nightlife is crazy down there. And we go through like this little area. We had to like wait through a line to go into the party to be let into the building. And there are like 3 bouncers outside. And they have to check your IDs, check your tickets. And we go in. And first it's like there's like this little lobby where they like just check you in and take your coat if you brought a coat. And then they direct you to an elevator. And this elevator has a person in it that presses the buttons for you.
I know,
that shit is class.
How much are they getting paid an hour? I want their job.
Right? I'm sure they probably deal with some shit, but like, yeah, they press the elevator button for you. This elevator was like gold. That's not like what I can remember. It was like gold.
It was Gucci
gold elevator. You had gold mirror, and yeah, it was so cool. And yeah, it went up. And then we got to the party.
Oh yeah.
And then
then the music kicked in and everyone was like, yeah.
Oh yeah. And then you already know, first thing you do at a party, a club, you got to go to the bar.
And you make yourself tipsy.
Yeah, exactly. Tipsy, buzzed, drunk, however far you want to take it or can take it. So that was like the first thing we did. We just kind of got some drinks, got the night started, and you wanna take it from there, Mr. Echo?
Well, we all got drinks.
Because you pulled a sneaky, so I want you to take this part and explain everything.
I pulled a sneaky.
You pulled a sneaky. I didn't forget.
I
didn't forget.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about.
Are you talking about what I think you're talking about?
I don't. Maybe I don't know. What are you talking about?
So basically, me and Jet, and Nemo and Blaze, we were all getting, we had a couple shots and whatnot, and I was like, oh, Jet, and I remember Jet was like, you grabbing his card, he was gonna pay, and I was like leaning over his shoulder, I was trying to look at the name of the card, and I was like, oh, what's your name? And then Jet's like, oh. What do you mean? What's your name? And I'm like, my name's Echo. And then he just started laughing.
That is not at all what I was talking about.
What were you talking about then?
I don't even remember that. And for context, everybody, Echo does know my name, by the way. We didn't just keep it all, all that.
It says Jet Jaquinius.
Jet Jaquinius.
Yeah.
But no, what I was talking about was, okay, so like we said, we were drinking, and we all went shot for shot throughout the whole night, drinks after drinks. Oh, no. But except for somebody who, when we all shot together.
Okay, so basically, like I think we were up to like a 5th shot or something, and I was like, hang on a second. A little fish is like whispering in my ear. It wasn't Nemo, it was just my imagination. And this imaginary fish was like, if you have any more like that, you're not going to be able to function, and you're going to say and do dumb stuff. And I was like, okay. And then I was like, everyone, take your shots. And everyone took a drink of their shots. And I don't remember what I did, but I did not drink my shot.
Yeah, I feel like I would have noticed if you left your shot on the counter.
Maybe someone else drank it.
Maybe. I feel like you did. I feel like you did the motion where like you threw it back except you threw it over your shoulder or something.
No, I didn't throw it over my shoulder, but I did go to drink and then I went to go put it down. And I think everyone was just so starting to get out of it, they didn't realize. Like I was,
Yeah,
I'm not
makes
gonna
sense.
deny that I wasn't tipsy, because I was tipsy, but I knew if I pushed myself too much, I was gonna be sick. And then after that, I remember you guys wanted more shots, and I was like, you know what, it's on me. And then I'd walk over and be like, just do 3. And then and then everyone would come over and grab the shots, and they'd be like, yeah, and I'd be like, yeah, and yeah.
I don't remember that. Oh, sneaky bastard.
Yeah, because I was like, someone needs to be somewhat functional here, and I was looking at Blaze. Blaze was like, yeah, and then Nemo was like, ah, and then Jet was like, hey, Echo, I love you, and I was like, okay. So I was like, these guys are starting to lose it. And like, I'm not gonna deny that I wasn't a little bit out of it as well, but I was like, you know, I still had the brain operating at some type of capacity to be like, that's enough. And I'm happy that it was enough, because I remember like some of you guys later were like not feeling good, and you were like, blah, you know, you had
not me.
Okay,
I was fine.
Not
I
Jet.
have the power of depression on my side. I can handle all my outcomes.
Well, actually, before I do want to talk about the ride home. But before we talk about the ride home, we were on the dance floor, we're dancing and whatnot. Some guy came up to me, and he was clearly intoxicated. He's like, "What's your YouTube name?" And I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "You do YouTube?" And I'm like, and then I don't know if I remember. I don't remember if I tried to throw that person onto Jet or Nemo, but I think it may have been.
It wasn't me.
Okay,
I was told the story afterwards. I think Nemo told me the story.
all right, so I was basically, hey, Nemo, Twitch, and he's like, oh, Twitch, I know what that is. And then Nemo and that guy were just like, she's just like, here's our Twitch and whatnot, and she just handed out the Twitch, and I was like, good job, and then that was about that.
And I was actually there, but like I did not see this happen. But literally, when Nemo was telling me this, she was like, "You were literally standing right there next to us when this was happening."
Oh yeah,
like,
you
what?
were, Jet. That's why I was confused, because
I was just like dancing with Blaze, I think, and then I just was not paying attention. But what she told me was that she didn't give yours, but she gave hers, Blaze's, and mine's Twitch, or like just our online stuff. And I was like, I see. You didn't give Echo. I got you. Makes sense.
Makes perfect sense.
Yeah. Can't let people know how he looks.
Yes, even though I look just like me right now. Hi, Jet.
Yes.
How you doing? Are you looking at me right now? I'm looking at you.
I think I'm looking at you.
Hello. But yeah, after the club and after experience in the club, I remember Blaze wasn't feeling so.
I love this part of the story. Continue, please.
Okay, so we all like, oh, I think we've had enough here. You know, I remember we went to the toilet, and I remember as I was leaving, I remember Nemo like grabbed my arm, and she was like, "Hey, Echo," and I was like, "Yeah," and she was like, "Are you gonna have one more shot?" And I was like, I'll have a shot if you have a shot. And then I remember Jet was like, nah, I'm done. I'm like, good man, Jet. And then I remember Blaze was like,
no.
You didn't have the final shot.
No, me and Nemo had a final shot together.
You did?
You and Blaze did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Sorry,
you and Blaze didn't, but me and Nemo did.
Oh, okay. So it must have been Blaze. Blaze was like, nah, I'm done. And then,
yeah, no, I 100% remember Blaze saying he was done, but he was like sitting on the corner over there, kind of being all like, but me and Nemo were pretty much keeping pace with each other the whole night.
Yes, and then
she was like, one more shot, and I said, hell yeah. So
yeah, and then I remember, I think it was Nemo that said it was just like, you're gonna have one too, right? And I was like, yes. And then I went over to pay the lady, and I was like, 2 shots. And then they just didn't notice. They just falling. You and her just drank it up, and I was like, okay.
I mean, honestly, of course we wouldn't have noticed. We were too drunk at that point.
Yeah, after that, we all hopped in the elevator, and I was like, oof, I'm done. Blaze is done. Jet's just staring out the window as we go down the elevator. Nemo's just dead-eyeing me, because I feel like she knows deep down that I didn't like have the shot or something. No. She's like, you're drunk, and I'm like, no. And she's like, yeah, you are. And I was like, you're drunk. But yeah, we got
the car ride home.
Oh yeah, we got to the car ride. We all climbed into the car and whatnot. We're ready to.
It was a Tesla.
Oh, it was a Tesla too.
First time ever for all of us in a Tesla, I think.
Oh yeah. Now, Jet, how about you tell this part, Jet? I think you can accurately tell this part of the story.
Okay, if you say so, Mr. Echo.
Okay.
All right, the night had just finished. We had our last couple of drinks. We were gonna head home and probably pass the fuck out. But, but first we had to get the Uber ride there because none of us were driving there because that would be stupid. You know, you're gonna drink responsibly.
Don't drink and drive.
Don't drink and drive. And yeah, the guy picked us up. He's got a Tesla. Like I said, our first time in a Tesla. It was nice as hell. Anyways, on the way back, we're going back to our Airbnb, which is about like 25 minutes out. And on the way there, you know, I was good. Blaze was good. Echo was good.
Mm-hmm.
Nemo was not good. and okay, so you know, if you ever use the Uber app, you know how it works. You type in where you want to go and where you are to be picked up, right? And I typed in the address of the Airbnb.
Oh, no.
But the thing is,
you should have hearted it, Jet, on the map. You should have hearted it, you know?
Yeah, I probably should have hearted it or something. Yeah, favorited it. But there were two addresses with the same name on it. The difference was the zip code, which that makes no sense to me. So whatever, having to still name the same thing but different zip code. I guess it happens. You know, there's lots of roads. Anyways, I chose the wrong one, and we get pulled up into these weird like
like an alleyway thing or something. It was like
not
an
alley,
garage
but like
and bins and stuff.
Yeah, it was like townhouses or something. I think they looked like apartments. They looked like houses, but like long ways. But they were like apartments, I think. Anyways, we get pulled there, and Nemo the entire time was like, "Oh, I feel like I'm gonna get sick."
Oh yeah.
And then the guy was like, "Don't throw up." And then we get out of the car because we're like, "Thanks, man. No, we'll order another Uber." And while I'm ordering the Uber, Nemo has to go over to the bins and you know, expel some things.
Yes.
And you know, you guys were over there like, oh, you know, you're fine, you're good.
She was not good, this. But yeah.
Slay queen, you got this. And I'm ordering the next Uber. Yeah, so then the next Uber finally gets there. And now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think the first car that took us there was a Tesla. I think the second car was a Tesla because we didn't even realize it until we were like halfway through the ride there. Mm-hmm. And you know, like Nemo was still very like, I don't know. And the guy was like, "She need to throw up. You know, we can stop and pull over and lower the window." And she was like, "No, I'm not going to throw up." And then that's when we realized we were in a Tesla.
Yeah.
She was like, "I'm not going to throw up in your Tesla." I'm like, "This is a Tesla? Holy shit, this is cool."
I like how every minute he was like, "You're going to throw up." You're not gonna throw up.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Stop saying that." I remember Nemo turned to me and she whispered as well, "If he says that one more time, I'm gonna throw up." And I'm like, "Nemo."
But yeah, no. I mean, I get it. You know, they don't want people throwing up in a nice car, but yes. I'm sure it's probably already happened at some point. Like if you're picking people up at like, if you're picking people up at like 2 a.m., if you're Ubering at 2 a.m., it's like, you kind of know what you're gonna get. Yeah, people are throwing up. But yeah, that was kind of that. We got home eventually pretty safe and sound. No issues. All good. No problems. And then we just all kind of passed the fuck out. You know? And then the next day was PAX. Now I'm gonna let you take this in. Also, I feel like that first day was more eventful than everything else. I mean, what can we really say about PAX? PAX was like, you know, people know what PAX is. If you don't know what PAX is, it's a big, kind of like nerdy gaming convention.
Nerdy? What do you mean? Everyone's really cool. Yeah, all the cool kids are there. Whoa, come on.
You're right. All the cool kids were there.
Yes.
But they're all nerds, and we're all nerds. So like...
Jet, you shut your mouth. They were cool. I saw some people cosplaying. I saw the whole Spy Family X, like they're full on like you know, the team. I took a photo with Anya. I took a photo with the dog, which was a guy dressed up as a dog. I took a photo with that was magical. I took a photo with Lloyd.
Lloyd.
Lloyd. Yes, I was like, this is all great. This is all
You got the
good.
Infinity Stones of Spy Family.
Oh yeah. I was like, I felt so powerful after that.
But no one will ever see them.
No, they will not. But
Just know he got them all. Yep.
you can picture it. You can picture it. You can draw an imagination in your head. Draw from that imagination. Construct.
You got a picture with the Mandalorian.
Oh, and I got a picture with Din Djarin, the man.
That was a cool ass cosplay. I remember that. That was cool ass.
I mean, you got some photos as well with some people, Jet. Who do you get photos with?
I got a photo. Ooh, the first one that pops up in my mind is there's this one girl there that was dressed up in a Bloodborne cosplay. She was just the hunter. She had the trick weapons and everything, the saw cleaver, and I was like, Bloodborne. And that was the second day that we were there that I took a picture with her. And the day before, I'd just bought some like Bloodborne, Dark
merch.
Souls.
Yeah, I remember you got so pumped up about that.
Yeah, Elden Ring. Yeah, and actually, I'm wearing one of those shirts right now.
Hey, Jet, show it front of the camera right now, Jet. Show it front of the camera.
You already know what's going on. You already know if you're watching this on YouTube. If you're not, oh, that sucks. But yeah, I'm wearing my Bloodborne t-shirt right now.
That's
Actually,
so cool.
And yeah, so I got a picture with her. She was pretty cool. And for some reason in my mind, I did not think to be like, oh hey, you want to check out my tattoos? They're Bloodborne, because then it'd be like Bloodborne. I'm a fan of Bloodborne. You're a fan of Bloodborne. You mind with Bloodborne? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, trying to get in.
No, I was just trying to nerd out about Bloodborne.
That's what they all say until it's no longer nerding out and just like, what? This girl is so cool. She likes Bloodborne. Can you be
That's all it takes, honestly. That's all it takes.
Wait, what are they? Can you be my maiden? Can you be my maiden?
That's Elden Ring.
Shit.
But anyway.
Shit. I am so sorry, people listening. God.
But then I also got a picture with Leon and Ashley from Resident Evil. Classic Leon and Ashley from Resident Evil 4. And one of them was actually a content creator too. And she had like business cards. And I was like, what the fuck?
I was so jealous. I was like, I should be handing them out. But then I was like, I can't hand them out. Jet, you hand them out.
I wish I had business cards. That would be cool. But yeah, so she was a content creator too. And oh yeah, she's also in the vlog. They both appear in the vlog, her and the Leon.
Yes.
And oh yeah, we met there are a lot of Valorant cosplayers there too. I got a picture with the Viper. She was also in the vlog.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's pretty much all I can think of that I got a picture with. There's probably something that I'm missing. But
Jet, I do remember something. When we talked about merch, you were looking at this particular jacket, and this jacket was like so expensive. I don't remember the price.
It was $450.
$450, but you were dead eyeing that thing. I remember you kept grabbing, and you'd look at me, and then you'd look back at the jacket, and I'd be like, Jet, I'm not buying this for you, but it's very nice.
It was a Devil May Cry 5 jacket. They had like all their jackets there. I put on the Nero one, and I was like, I feel power.
Jet did look pretty motivated. Cool. I'm not gonna lie. I saw Jet, and then he was like, oh, I was like, Jet, so cool. And then later,
this is why.
Later when we were walking around, someone was wearing it. I remember, Jet, you turned to me as well,
yes.
and you were like, someone wearing it. I was like, it's okay. One day.
This is why we got to get monetized on YouTube, or this podcast has got to get ads. So that way,
oh God,
I can afford it next time. Because yeah, they were so cool. They had like a whole, it was like a not superhero, but like that was the name of the thing, I think. And they had like these cool like video games / movie jackets and stuff. It was so cool.
It was. Yeah. I really liked it. And they had a bunch of, they were showing off a bunch of new games there.
Oh yeah.
I don't. The only one I remember really is Alone in the Dark. That's the only one I remember.
Yeah. That's because that's the one that's in the vlog.
Oh yeah, that's the one that's in the vlog. Yeah, I don't remember much of the other ones, but there were lots of like indie developers there, and I was like, "Oh, this is cool." They're all really.
I played
cool.
a game. Yeah, I played one of the indie games that there was.
Oh yeah.
There.
How was it?
It's kind of like a Souls.
Oh yeah, I remember I pointed it out to you. I remember I was like, Jet, that's kind of your kind of game, and then you stopped, and the guy grabbed you, and he's like, look at this.
Pretty much, yeah. And then he kind of like talked me through the game and stuff, and I was like, I see the potential in it. This looks pretty cool. I like some of these elements. And then after that, I look around, you guys are gone. I was like, they go.
I tried to stop Nemo and Blaze, but Nemo's attention span is very small. Just saying.
Yeah, and then I got up to you guys later because you guys went to get food.
But
What
yeah,
happened?
I'm trying to remember things that happened over those two PAX days. We did go to see what was the name of that band that performed?
The Living Tombstones.
The Living Tombstones. We saw those guys on stage doing things, and to tell you the truth, I didn't know much about them. I only knew like three of
Neither
their
did I.
songs, and they were all Five Nights at Freddy's songs, and I was like, very, very, very cool, very
Yeah,
cool.
I didn't know any of them because I've heard the name, I know what they do, but I haven't like actually
Yeah.
listened to their music, so I wasn't like, oh my god. Nemo was pretty excited though, so.
Yeah, she was very pumped up. And the second the song, I like every time a song would start, I'd be like, oh, I know this one, and I'd be like, no, I don't. And most of the time that was me for the entire thing, and I was like, I'm waiting for the Final Fantasy Freddy's one, and of course it was the last three that they play, are the last three that I know. I was like, I should just
Save the
rock it
best
again.
for last.
Yeah. But it was interesting watching those two operate on stage because I like how one of them was just doing kind of like they didn't like one of them had no idea what they were doing and the other one seemed like he knew what he was doing. Like when dancing, he was just like, yeah, just doing whatever. I remember they grabbed
The Freddy plushie.
they grabbed the Freddy plushie and they just started mucking around with the Freddy plushie.
Yeah,
That was pretty lit. That was pretty good. There was a shark there as well. I was there in the crowd. I was.
Yeah, that's right. There was a shark. Yeah, I remember that. But it was cool though. The whole experience was cool. I've always been like for music. It's weird for me to see like when we saw them play. It was just them two and a soundboard up on stage.
Yeah.
And before then, there was another band playing. I forgot their name, but it was very like jazzy,
Yeah.
jazzy kind of rock. But they had a whole band up there. They had like guitars. They were actually singing into the mic. They were, they had instruments and stuff. Like it was like I hate to say the term, it was real music, but like they were actually like
they were actually playing it live, unlike the
Right.
Tombstones, which they were all pre-recorded and they were just playing with
Yeah.
the stop and the
like
play
on a
button.
soundboard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
exactly,
soundboard.
and like do that stuff. Yeah, and yeah, to me, that's such a weird like subject for me because it's like I'm more of a. I guess now it's almost considered old school to like live music where people actually play instruments and like don't just sing over like a pre-recorded song already
Yeah.
or like lip sync or anything like that or just like you know what I mean. Like I'm more of a actually get up there and play the song you wrote. Otherwise, I'm just gonna listen to it.
Yeah, why
It's
can't I
like,
just listen to
what's
it
even
at
the
home?
point? Going to what's the point of going to a live concert if you're just gonna like basically play
Yeah.
the same track that I can listen to on Spotify?
I guess you're kind of there for the atmosphere at the end of the
Sure,
day.
I get that.
I guess it's
Yeah.
just the atmosphere and whatnot. But
yeah,
that's
I probably wouldn't. Yeah, continue.
that was no you good, you good. But yeah, that was the whole that was the pretty much the PAX experience. I remember.
Mm-hmm.
Did I get anything? I did get stuff. I know I got some old games, some old Xbox games. I was like, oh my god,
yeah.
these are vintage. I need this. And
The vintage.
the
Honey,
vintage.
bring out the vintage video games. We have guests.
Yeah, bring out
It's like bring out the vintage wine.
Exactly, that's what it was. It was a fine wine. But
That was
no.
pretty much most of the trip, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that
What
was.
else big?
Should I discuss the us dropping you off at the plane station?
That
All right, are we? I mean,
plane station.
oh shit! The airport. I mean, the airport. Oh
yeah.
my god.
Actually, that's perfect. I think that'd be the perfect way to be like the last thing. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay.
The morning of last morning.
All right, the last morning. So we spent a couple of days in Boston. It was fun. We did the PAX thing. We went to the club thing. We went out for dinner and whatnot. We watched the movies at home. We watched the regular show, by the way. Great show.
Regular show. Peak.
Yeah, definitely peak. We're gonna cover that on the podcast sometime. But it was the final day. We had to wake up early because Nemo had to drive Blaze and Jet to the airport. So we woke up early. We were doing the thing. Actually, technically, Blaze and Jet woke up early. I just woke up and I whacked on the shirt and some shoes. And then Nemo was like, I'm going to need time. Stole them. And I'm like, what? And she left. And I was like, I better go downstairs and see what's going on. I don't remember if it was on that day, but I remember there was one chocolate chip muffin left. And, okay, so basically beforehand, we had basically bought some chocolate chip muffins just to eat, and Jet had one. There were 4 in a packet, right? Jet had one, Blaze had one, and I had one. There was one chocolate chip muffin left. And I remember Jen and I were dead-eyeing that thing for a while. And we both said to each other,
Oh yeah.
that muffin is mine. And in the morning, it was just sitting there. We both looked at each other, and we were both fighting for it. And then I was like, you know what, Jet? We'll cut it in half. And Jet was like,
oh yeah.
And I was like, yeah. And then Blaze was just there being like, all right, dog. And I was like, yeah, I cut it in half. And I was like, Blaze, you want a piece? And he's like, nah, I'm good. And I'm like, okay. Wait, Blaze. And Blaze like just walked away. And I was like, Jet, here you go. We both took a bite of the muffin.
Oh yeah.
And we were like, whoa. We were instantly transported to a magical world of muffins and taste buds and all that stuff. And we were like, damn. I was like, that may be the best muffin I've ever had. It was a damn good muffin.
It was just muffins you can get at Walmart.
Jet, I don't have a Walmart. Understand? Do you?
Just a...
Okay.
No.
I wouldn't expect you to understand as soon as your muffin.
Of course, I have Walmart.
It was a good muffin. So after that, we all, we grabbed our stuff, we grabbed our suitcases, we pushed them down the stairs or whatever. We got in the car and we drove. And Blaze was first. We approached Blaze's gate. I was like, Blaze, he's been an honor. I gave him a big hug. And then Jet was like, I need to film something for the vlog. And then,
the last part, yeah.
And then Jet said some final words of wisdom as the sun rised on this final day. He said, goodbye, Blaze, and something else. I don't remember. We'll go watch the vlog.
Those are words of wisdom?
Yes. Goodbye, Blaze. Then Jet whispered something in Blaze's ear. That was probably the word of wisdom. Okay.
I don't remember doing
that.
I'm
just adding that for dramatic effect. All right, I'm trying to make it more dramatic. Okay.
Oh yeah, you're right. I actually whispered to Blaze, this is the last time we ever see each other. I want you to know that muffin was amazing. You should have had a piece, but oh well.
Then Blaze just left crying. But no, Blaze then hopped on the escalators. He was going down. He was giving us a wave. We were getting him a wave. And then we're like, damn, one to go.
Okay, he gone. We sent him off to summer camp.
Yeah, and he's still there. He's still there. It's a summer camp for card players. But yeah, we went over to Jet's gate. We did a little bit more walking, and we arrived at Jet's gate, and I was like, Jet, it's been an honor. I gave him a big old hug, and I was like, it's gonna be okay, though, Jet. You gonna get home okay. Don't forget to tell me. I don't know. I don't remember what did I say, Jet? Did I say anything significant?
Honestly, I don't remember.
What the hell? This was the final meeting of the Cosmic Boys, and you don't remember anything.
Cosmic Boys, oh yeah.
I don't remember anything.
I really don't either. That's not good.
It was just it was early in the morning. I think it was like 7 a.m. or something, and we just we just looked out. We said bye. And then Nemo said bye, and then Jet did a little. Did I salute you? I don't remember. I feel like I saluted you.
Well, we waved bye when I was going down. When you guys were going your way, and I was going my. We were like giving a last wave, and
we were like wave, a little salute into the sunset. Jet went down the escalators, and then Nemo turned to me, and she's like, good riddance. I'm kidding. She didn't say that. She didn't say that.
I can believe it.
No, she didn't actually say that.
One thing, like that morning, that I wanted, like that I thought of. It actually turned out to be like such a good morning for like the ending of like our trip, because when I was editing the vlog, and as I'm sure you've already seen it now, when we were saying goodbye in that like glass area where you could see the sun, it was like that, like. The sun was just coming up. There's still kind of like bright but kind of pink sky. And I was like, that's beautiful. Such a pretty background, I was like, this is the perfect way to like for it to end. It would have sucked if it was like raining, that would have been ass. But it was like literally a clear sky. The sunrise was just starting. It was like that blue, pink, yellow hue. And it was literally such a beautiful morning.
The gods lined it up and everything. It was just perfect.
Yeah, exactly. It was perfect. I was like, you know what? Let me give these guys a proper send off. And for everyone out there wondering about what it's like to hug Mr. Echo Force Gaming, if you've ever watched a regular show and you consider yourself to be a grumpy Benson, You know that episode where Rigby's older brother comes in, he's like, "Give me some sugar," and then he
What?
hugs Benson, and then Benson just like he eases into it. That's how it feels like to hug Echo. All right. For everyone
Oh,
wondering out
okay.
there.
Jet was like, I'm not
What?
into it, but then Jet was like, oh yeah, I'm into it.
No, like because like Benson's all grumpy, but like when his brother gives him some sugar, he's like his like angry face goes away. He's like, this is nice, That's how it feels. Very comfortable. Everybody wanted to give him a hug. That's how it was basically. Very comforting.
Thank you, Jet. Thank you. So basically after that, I was left in America for one more week. I won't dilly-dally about everything I did. But I will say, I went to New York. I walked around New York, and I was blown away by the city and everything. It was really cool. I've never been in such a big city before, because Australia doesn't have big cities like that. I went to stores. I went to places. And then I will say this. Well, the second I arrived at the city, I don't know, I was feeling a bit off already. And then Nemo was like, we need to have food. I went over to this little cafe place, and I had I think it was a grilled cheese sandwich thing. Nemo was like, try this. And I'm like, okay. And I took one bite. I don't know what it was, but I was like, something don't feel right in my bones. But then I just finished it. I was like, no. I was like, okay.
Where did you? Was it like a local place, or was it like a Starbucks?
It was just a little store. I don't know what it wasn't like a big company or anything. It wasn't like a big store or anything.
So I was about to say, if you're dissing Starbucks' grilled cheese, this podcast is over.
No, it wasn't the Starbucks, Jet. It wasn't Starbucks. It was just a random store, like a random one-off store. And then like 10 minutes after, I was like, I don't feel so good. And I remember Nemo was just walking around the store. She's like, I'm trying to show, make my, she was trying to film something and call someone and show them something, like a sports jacket or something or other. And I was like, I don't feel so good. I'm like, yeah, Nemo, can I wait outside? And she's like, what do you think you're doing? We're looking at sports jackets. I'm trying to take a photo thing. And I'm like, I need to go to the toilet. And then I went over to the toilet. And then I was like, blah. I don't know what happened. The weird thing was, that was the only time I was sick on the entire journey. I wasn't sick on the plane ride. I wasn't sick from drinking. I wasn't sick from anything else. But that grilled cheese thing was so weird. And the weird thing was, when I asked for it as well, I asked for a toasty, and the man looked at me, and then Nemo, like, because that's what we call them in Australia, we call them toasties. And then Nemo like tapped me on the shoulder, and she was like, oh, grilled cheese? And he's like, oh, I got you.
Grilled cheese?
Yeah. I feel like he sabotaged it after I said toasty. It's like,
a toasty.
foreigner, I'm going to put the stinkiest cheese in this one,
But yeah, grab the cheese from the very, very like back of the room. They're like, oh, this one's about to expire. Oh, this one did expire. Let's put some of that to this foreigner.
Exactly, Jet. Exactly. But yeah, after that, I just looked around New York and whatnot. I went to an aquarium at another place. I saw all these cool stores. Went out for dinner. It was really nice. I really enjoyed exploring New York and all that stuff. I came home with some souvenirs. I bought a snow globe, Jet. I bought a snow globe from New York.
You don't have snow in Australia. Do you have snow in Australia?
Yes, we do. We do have snow. It just doesn't snow. Like, you have to go looking for it. It doesn't just appear at your house like America. You don't just wake up one day
Minecraft.
you don't wake up one day and like snow's covering your house. You have to go looking for it. But yeah, no, I got a cool snow globe with like the New York statue, and I put it on my shelf. And occasionally, right now, I just turn to it. I look at it. Hands over here. I look at it. I'm like, how you doing, snow globe? Then
New York statue.
Yeah.
The Statue of Liberty?
Yes, it's got the Statue of Liberty there and everything. And yeah, after all that, I eventually went home. And I do miss America, but I also missed home. Wow. So it was a weird yin and yang situation. But yeah, that was my trip as well as Jet's trip. And overall, Jet, I will say this. America is a scary place, but it's also a weird place. But I would go again. The end.
So many buts. Well, you hear that, folks? Echo would come again. So let's give him a reason. Get this podcast, high up in the ranks, so we can record a podcast live. I'm just kidding. I don't know.
What?
That sounds difficult.
Maybe
I'm trying to promote. Maybe one day. You hear that? One day Echo will come back. We'll do all sorts of shenanigans again.
Yeah.
We'll do some cray. Twitch gone. Oh, you're a streamer. You're a streamer. Yeah, let's not throw out ideas. We have no idea.
Yeah.
But okay, look at that. Okay, so your experience was good. You could see yourself coming back in the future.
Yeah.
That's pretty lit. You know, hell yeah. Gotta do something again.
Oh yes. Maybe we'll do an in-person podcast.
Ooh.
About that.
That sounds interesting.
That sounds pretty cool.
If this podcast hits number one, just kidding. That would never happen. But it's also like that's also a thing that's
How
like
crazy would be if it just happened.
At least it won't happen. No, that wouldn't happen. No.
People,
no, not yet.
You know what to do.
Not yet. Yeah, okay. But okay, that was the PAX trip for us. That was pretty much what happened last month. That was a great time overall. I had an amazing time meeting everybody.
I did as well. It was so cool seeing you guys in person.
Oh yeah, no, that was awesome. Like honestly, like we're gonna have to start like reeling this episode in because like we're past like normal time now. So
yes,
a little so let's fill it in. So final words, Echo. Do you have any final words you want to kind of say, or anything else you want to go over? Before?
No, the only thing I will say, folks, is if you're interested in more podcasts, you can check that out right now. That's right. The first 4 or so podcasts are out right now, and you can go looking for them. And we drop a podcast every week, and sometimes we occasionally do a deep dive as well in a movie or a show. So keep your eye out for that kind of stuff. We cover everything from gaming to life experiences to general weird questions. Everything from TV shows to movies. We do the works.
Are you reading off a script?
Nope, I just made that off the top of my head.
Okay, all right, awesome. That was really good. What the hell? You should have wrote that down. Okay, rather than you go over this footage and be like, oh, let's write that shit down. Write it down. That was good. Last thoughts about the trip? Anything you want to kind of say?
I loved it, except the plane ride with some of the people. But besides that, I love it.
Understandable. My kind of final thoughts on the whole trip was I'm also kind of the same way. I loved it. I think it was great. When I got home, I really felt like I kind of had a sense of like I was starting to rethink things a little bit because I was like, man, being, like somewhere, a completely new city that I did not recognize. I knew nobody there except for you guys. And it was somewhere where like I used, my online name, I used Jet everywhere I went when I gave my name for something. I was like, it felt like I was somewhere. I really, it's gonna sound so like cheesy, but I kind of want to say it's like, it felt like I was somewhere I belonged. And I felt like I was me for a couple days. Whereas here it's like, I don't like going out and doing stuff. I don't like, because this place is full of people I know and
they're boring.
Like, yeah. And some people, a lot of things here. There's a lot of baggage here where I live now. It's like, it was nice being somewhere new.
Kind of felt like starting fresh.
Yeah. It felt like it was like a little taste of what it'd be like if I were to YouTube, launch or it popped off and then I went somewhere else. I felt like it was just somewhere that I got to be me, for a couple of days, and that felt really nice.
Aww.
So that made me kind of
that's so wholesome.
Okay,
wholesome moments.
Not to be too cheese for the podcast,
no,
but
Jet was being cheese. Just
very nice.
You saw it, folks.
Yeah, a little cheese. But yeah, now we're wrapping up the episode. Everybody, thank you so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed. New episodes every week. What day of the week? We have not decided that yet, but we will let you know once we do.
Yes.
Make sure you follow or subscribe on whatever platform you are listening / watching on, and then you'll always get notifications when we post a new episode. Echo, want to add anything else?
We will see you all in the next episode.
Stay. You want to say it?
Okay, let's say it together, Jet. Stay.
Stay.
Cosmic.
Stay.
Oh, no.
Cosmic. That did not work.
Try it again. No, let's stretch it out.
No. All right. No.
Wait, what? No, not the credits, Jet. No,
good.
please. No, not the outro.
Not the outro. All right, everybody. Stay cosmic.